Hello friends, and welcome back to Keith's Kitchen, where my hair is slowly turning more and more into devil's horns. This week, we're going to be making something that I've never made before, full disclosure, okay? I have heard of this recipe. A friend in a Facebook group that I'm part of shares recipes, and this is one that he really likes. It's called Bacon Ranch Chicken. It sounds self-explanatory, and it kind of is. You use chicken cutlets, you use bacon, you use a cream cheese mixture with the spices of ranch, or you can just add in a spoon, a spoonful of ranch if you just want to do it that way. No judgment zone. I won't judge you if you want to do it that way. Mix it all together, bake it in a pan, eat it straight up, or you can put it over rice, or however you want to eat it. I'm not going to judge you. All right. So come along with me as I learn how to make this right along with you. Let's do it.
So to start off, we need to make our homemade ranch mixture. So take about 4 ounces of softened cream cheese, again with the softened cream cheese. And you're going to add in some spices. This is some dill, onion powder, and garlic powder. About a 1/4 teaspoon of the dill and then a 1/2 teaspoon of the garlic and onion powder. And stir that together. You could also add in a tablespoon of the store-bought ranch instead of all those spices. I'm not going to judge you if you do that. Remember, no judgment zone. And we're going to take our pan. I used my cast iron skillet. You can use anything that would work for frying. Turn your heat on medium and add in some bacon. So I chopped up about 5 pieces of bacon into little chunks, I guess. And you're going to fry those to your level of desired doneness. Once your bacon is as crispy as you would like it, you're going to transfer it out of the pan, trying to leave as much bacon grease in the pan as possible, and you're going to transfer it to a paper towel lined bowl. You know, somebody once said that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and so is bacon grease. There's a lot of good flavor, a lot of free oil there that we're going to use to impart flavor to our chicken breasts that we're going to fry here in just a minute. Once you're ready with your chicken cutlets, put your pan back on the heat and turn it to medium. And you're going to add in about a tablespoon of vegetable oil or any other high heat oil. I used vegetable, but you could also use coconut oil, grapeseed oil, something like that that has a high smoke point, because we don't want the oil to burn as we fry. You're going to fry up your pre-seasoned cutlets. I seasoned mine with some salt and pepper, garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, things like that. Spices are up to you, but we're going to fry it in batches. The cutlets are nice to use because they're thin and you don't have to spend forever frying, and you don't have to use a ton of oil frying, which is nice. So we're going to fry them for about 3 minutes on each side, or until the bottom is nice and golden brown, as you can see here. We flip it over and fry it for another 2 to 3 minutes on the other side. Once it's done frying, you can transfer it to that pre-greased baking pan. Now, I made a mistake here. My pan is much too large for the amount of chicken that I put in it. So you would be better off using a bit of a smaller pan, maybe 9 by 11 instead of 9 by 13. That way you can have a little bit more coverage, even coverage of your toppings later on. So I am just going to add in the rest of my chicken, and now we're going to get on with topping these guys. As you can see, I have been the one in that ridiculous apron this entire time. But this is a no judgment zone, so I certainly hope you are not going to judge me for my ridiculous apron. Anyway, take a spoonful of your ranch cream cheese mixture and plop it right on top of your chicken, and you're going to take the spoon that you used and spread it out over the chicken. Try to cover most of the chicken, and that will ensure that your bacon and cheese and other toppings stick nicely to the top and that you get good coverage there. Now we're going to top the chicken with the bacon bits that we made earlier. I think the technical term for them is lardons. I don't speak French, but I think that's what the term is. I like calling them bacon bits though. And then you're going to add some green onions. That's optional, but I decided to add some green onions. I chopped mine up pretty fine, and I'm going to add about half right now just to give some flavor and something sharp and acidic to kind of cut through all the cream and the cheese and the bacon that I've put on there. And then here comes the cheese. So you're gonna add half of 1 pack of shredded cheddar cheese. I think that's about 6 ounces. And it can be really any kind of cheese you want. I chose cheddar, not only because I think it's one of the greatest cheeses, but I think I probably have some connection to Wisconsin. I think my family lived there at one point, so it's in my blood, okay? My love for cheddar cheese is in my blood. So add about half of that right on top of the chicken, and we're going to stick this right in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes is up, pull it out and make sure everything looks nice and melted and well cooked, and we're going to finish it off with the rest of our ingredients. So you're going to put the rest of that bacon on there, green onions, again, if you decided to use those, and the rest of the cheese. And that is it. You are ready to eat. Now at this point you could put it on some rice, but I'm just going to eat it straight up.
That was an adventure, wasn't it? And here's the end product. So I already cut a piece. Now I realized as I was making it that not only was my pan too large, but I had too much chicken, if that's possible. So I'm hoping the ratio of ingredients to chicken will be good. Let's find out. It's just as good as I thought it would be. You know, it actually strikes me now, this is very similar to a bacon chicken ranch dip, except instead of a dip, you just eat the stuff on chicken. So, I mean, it's really a win-win to me. I think it's pretty good. If I was going to make this again, and if you were going to follow this and make it, I would suggest a couple things. 1, using a smaller pan. 2, you can never go wrong with more ranch cream cheese, so that's not a problem. I would definitely add more. And 3, while you could eat it on its own, I think it would be really good with rice or something, because it's really rich. There's a lot of cheese, there's a lot of fat, there's a lot of you know, chicken and bacon, and you might want something to kind of cut through that. But I'm happy with this. I'm going to finish the rest of this, and I will not complain. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And thanks for coming along with me on this one, and I will see you next week.